What's up, y'all? My name is Zach, and this is going to be the first video for casting with Clark. So this channel is going to be primarily crappie fishing and trout fishing. I'm going to be fly fishing for trout. I'm going to be doing something called Euro nymphing. That's going to be every once in a while, not all the time, but primarily it's going to be me fishing for crappie. And when I can get to trout streams and lakes that have trout, we're going to be making it work. Every once in a while, I'm going to be spin fishing for them. It all depends on time of year and what's happening. So, not only is this my first video, but I started getting into the ACC crappie sticks, and I'm in love with them. Yeah. So I think I'm going to do a review on the ACC Super Grip 12-foot jiggin pole. I'm going to do a review on the ACC Super Grip 8-foot. So that's going to be the consistency of this first video. So if you guys have any questions, just comment below and we'll talk, and we'll kind of get into it. I'm going to be posting some videos of me out at a couple local lakes, and we'll see what you guys like to do. So we're going to start with the ACC 8-foot Super Grip. So I have a Lewis Wally Marshall on here with, this is 6-pound vicious high vis line, and I've got it, and I've got it right now. Like, I just have a simple setup on here with a bobber stop, and I have a crappie magnet bobber, and then I have an ACC. I think that's the I don't know if that's the Goblin, or I can't remember what that is, but then I have a lime green slab slasher Strike King jig head. And I actually love this combo. It's great. I use my 8-foot primarily for if I'm casting around docks. I use this to kind of fish cover. Like if I'm casting, like there's this lake close by. It's called Freeman Lake. I use it for casting down below where the old dock is, or if there's a brush pile pretty far out, I use the 8-foot. Because it still has some backbone, but like it still gives me the ability to set the hook better. Because I find that if I'm casting with a shorter rod, it sometimes can be good, sometimes not. But if I'm fishing with a float, like I am with this, because I primarily fish with floats. If I'm fishing from the bank, I always use an 8-foot or longer. I have used a 7.5 through bucks, but I don't necessarily lean that way. But this 8-foot Super Grip is amazing. I primarily fish only jigs at times. I have, and this may sound weird like to some of you, but I have used squirmy worms. And it's a type of fly that some of you may not know, but it kind of looks like a jig head, like it's a jig on. It's basically a slotted bead jig head on an offset hook, and it's like on a fly jig hook, and it kind of resembles like a bright kind of flashy attractor. A jig worm. So I tend to use this for with those, because it's kind of lighter. So I can because I'm going to be doing a lot of casting, so I use my 8-foot leg with that. And sometimes I'll do like a double rig, and I'll run I'll run a jig on top, and then I'll run that squirmy worm on the bottom. And I tend to run them at different depths because the squirmy worm's lighter and it'll tend to drag behind, so it stays in the water column. So the crappie will hit it like as it floats there. So, but that's of course after I find the depth. But overall, this rod's great. It's got that spiral line guide, which I love, and it's really smooth. Like I can cast literally like a mile with this thing. So that is the 8 foot, guys. I really recommend you guys potentially to try this out. You can only order them on. There's a few local places around the U.S. that sell them. No major chains sell them yet, but this super grip is amazing. I like it 10 times better than cork, and I think it's great. But I think it depends on the person. So you kind of got to pick and choose like what you want. Because I know I tried and to hold the 8 foot cork, it feels good. But if I were to get like a rod and cork, I would definitely get like a smaller rod. Like I would get their 6.6 with the cork split in them. So I think that's what I would have to get if it was cork. So, and that would pretty much be a rod that I would use for a bluegill. So that's kind of that. So I would highly recommend this. I would say this rod is an 8.5 out of 10, just because I would like a little more give in the tip. Like I would like a little more give in the tip because it's kind of stiff. Like if you can see, like I'm hardly pulling the line, and it has like a quick action tip, but it doesn't seem like it's soft with a lot of give. So I necessarily want something softer with a more tip. But this rod overall is an excellent buy. I think I paid $82.99 or something, and excellent deal. I highly recommend you all to get one. So, but that's the 8 foot super grip, y'all. I highly recommend it. Now, next, I am not going to put this rod all the way together, but because it's a 12 footer, so that ain't happening. Not in my small apartment. But I got the 12 foot rear seat super grip, and I really like this thing. And and here's the reason why. I usually use this when I'm out on boats and I'm vertical jigging. I have put a bobber under there, which I told you that I love to fish jigs under bobbers, obviously. But I love this when I'm vertical jigging on boats. And I decided to get 12 foot because I wasn't sure about it, but I went to a place in Hodgenville, Kentucky. It's called McDougal. It's a very good springtime, early summer lake because other part of the year, the lake is all right, but you can't. It's really not fishable because it kind of stays high in the springtime and early summer, and then late summer, like the water level starts lowering, and then from late summer all the way until I would say about this time, it's low, and probably next month it'll start getting fishable again, where you can fish from it. So I bought this 12 foot super grip because I wanted something that was a little more stiff, little more, it had less give, which this was perfect. This was perfect because when I go out to McDougal, this is going to be key because I hook into some catfish from time to time and some bigger bass by accident because I don't know why, but I've hooked catfish on crappie jigs at random. That's all I got to say. But I've hooked into a few good bass by accident as well, and I need something with some backbone so I'm not flexing the crap out of a rod. So I think this is going to be key for me. I haven't used it out there yet when those situations have arisen. So I got this Lose. It is the SS 20HS. It's a speed shooter. It's the 2000 size. I got 8-pound P line of fluorocarbon on there because I love a fluorocarbon. I only have the Vicious on my other rod because I'm using this rod this time of year, like when the water's real cloudy and because it's been raining, snowing, anything that you can think of that comes out the sky. So this rod is great. I just bought it for a little more backbone, and there's times where it's a little deeper off the bank, and I can get this rod up underneath some trees where it's deeper, and there's some brush hanging down, and I knew there was some because I've casted a bobber and I got hung up a lot, so. And I caught a few fish out there though. So this is going to help me because I'm not going to have to cast. I'm just going to like kind of vertical jig underneath some trees off the branch. I'm sorry guys, off the off the shoreline. So off the shoreline, I'm just gonna be able to drop my jig down, and I'm gonna be able to fish it without having to worry about getting hung up every 10 seconds. So ultimately, this was a great buy. I'm going to be using it for vertical jigging too. So we will see what happens this year. I'm going to keep you guys updated with videos, and I'm going to post a few shorts here and there. It's all going to depend on what's happening because I may not make a video if fishing slow. So we'll see what happens this spring. I'm hoping to get you all some great content, and we'll see what happens. But I wanted to let you guys know I am not sponsored by ACC crappie sticks. I just prefer to use them because they are a great up-and-coming company, and I think they still have a while to go and to spread and to do a lot. And they're really making our crappie fishing big, and they're one of the first huge brands where it's really popping out to people. So yeah, there's always been bucks, and there's been a few crappie rods like the Crappie Slayer by Duckett and a few other rods like that, but this is the first major company where it's like, oh, crappie fishing, ooh, that's a thing. Yeah, but honestly guys, I'm gonna try to get y'all out there. I'm gonna be at a lot of local lakes, and you may get a few videos the same here in a row. It all depends because on what's happening, on where I can get to, work. It's a lot that comes into it. But also, my girlfriend, Lauren, she's going to be helping me with some catch and cooks. I'm going to be cleaning them. I'm going to show you all how to clean fish. I'm going to catch them at the lake. I'm going to show you all how to clean fish. And she's going to be the one cooking for y'all. So she is great at cooking fish. Trust me, I've got a belly. So I hope y'all continue to watch my channel, and I'm going to try to get y'all a lot of good content, and we'll see what happens. So have a good one, guys. I hope you like my first video. Comment below if you have any suggestions on anything that I should do, and I'll take that into account. And I hope y'all find my channel amusing at least. I don't know, but I'll see you out there. This is Casting with Clark.